All right, so this is day 10 of this save, and at this point, we're doing real good. We have solved basically all of the a lot of the big issues, more or less, have been solved. Particularly, like heat management is the biggest problem on this planet. A sec, get out of here, dude. What are you doing? You fucking serious? Go away. Thank you. Uh, Heat management's probably the biggest issue on this planet. Very hot, spicy planet. In the last couple days, we've been working on having that problem solved and starting to apply cooling to all the various places we need to apply cooling to progress into the later game. So last we left off, we had just expanded the base quite a bit. We have a gigantic hab. We had set up that suit station to automatically handle all of our jetpack fuel and oxygen and everything we need to be alive. We are currently pumping out gas from this room, trying to pump it to vacuum. Getting pretty close here. Still just a little bit of air, but just trying to get rid of the atmosphere from outside from this room. Just make a big old vacuum. And today it's time to start filling this in a bit. So a few things to do. One, I think top priority, let's get the greenhouse going. We've got a nice greenhouse over there, tons of space. The greenhouse is going to be our source of oxygen and water and resources, basically. So let's make that happen. We want to fill up this room with carbon dioxide. We want to add a cooling system, which we can just extend the cooling system that we already have to apply to this big area that we've just opened up. And then we can start growing a huge amount of plants. Along with that, we're probably going to need a little more power to run the grow lights and to handle the extra cooling. Although the cooling's pretty trivial at this point. Spent like 3 days making a gigantic cooler. And the gigantic cooler is killing it. It's a giant chain of evaporation chambers. And they do a counterflow heat exchange, moving gas. Cold liquid go right, hot gas go left. On the right side, we have negative 50 degrees locked into our coolant pipe. So that is doing all the heavy lifting. And that'll carry us through the rest of the game, basically. Alright, so what do we want? Some stuff and some things. Probably a few of the large solar panels. Let's make as many of these as we can, which is like 2, electrum and copper. Do we have mats? Probably need to do a little farming soon. Throw in some mats. I don't think we have any electrum, so that's the thing we can get. Yep. Seems good. Alright, let's see. So I think I'll start with that. While we are pumping to vacuum, let's go farm a little bit of electrum. Let's just head out and grab some resources real quick. Maybe do a little crafting. I'm hesitant to fly around in here. When we use the jetpack, we add gas to the room while we're trying to pump to vacuum. So let's just let it chill for a minute, let the big vent do vent things. Alright, I'm going to put on my nerd goggles. I'm going to save game. We're going to go schmoovin'. Electrum is gold and silver. So we're looking for yellow, gold, and white AG. But yeah, I'm thinking we get the greenhouse going today. And then once that starts producing some oxygen, we can also do fuel mixing. It's about time to start mixing our own fuel, which we can plug in to an H2O generator to create water and have the fully sustainable cycle for generating our own resources, air and water, and just growing the plants as much as we want. We can just keep adding plants, and it'll only add more oxygen, like only makes things better. Instead of drawing water, they're just adding to water, basically. Alright, that's copper. We're looking for silver and gold. You look like silver. You are not silver. Alright, getting a bunch of gold. It farms relatively slowly compared to other resources. Silver is faster. I think we've got spare silver back at the base, too. What does Electrum take? I mean, silver and gold, but what temp? I remember low-ish pressure. Electrum is... Oh, this does... Okay. So we don't need to worry about heat at all. We can just use the air supplies we already have. We just need the right mats. So here's a bunch of gold, and I remember we have silver at home. We have a lot of silver. We've been using that to generate heat in the furnace. That's like if we need to break the temperature that we get from collecting hot air during the peak of the day. Anything higher than that, we just use silver. And that lets off oxygen, which turns into fuel and goes boom. The furnace gets warm. So that's all to say that I think we've already got plenty of silver at home. I don't know if we need to farm any of that. And I know we have unsmelted silver, which I kind of want to save for fuel. But we can use that if we need and we're feeling lazy. Let's finish off this stack and just go back. It's going to be a lot of Electrum. Alright, one more stack. Because it's right here. Lava. Don't get lavaed. Lava bad. Alright, I think that's good enough. Let's go. Take me home. To the sky. Where do I live? Alright, we zoom home. How are my cooling chambers? Cold, -40. How's my coolant? Cold, -36. Good. Good. Then you're at 20, right? 20 degrees on the carbon dioxide. Nice. How about batteries? Not great. That's why we're making more solar power. I think we have a good amount of battery power, but a poor amount of power generation. Alright, what about silver? I see steel, silver, silver. Okay, I think we can stack these. Let's turn this on. You go in. That should stack and poop, right? That should be a full stack. Just got too much stuff here. Can't see what's going on. Some of you are silver, right? Silver. Are you silver? Silver. Not enough silver. Bunch of steel. Not much for silver. There's a teeny bit. This one can combine with this one. Should poop out a full one. There's another. Any more silver? Not really. Okay. So silver, silver, silver. Gold, gold, gold. That's the right ratio there. Any more silver to cook? Could probably do a couple more. This will waste some fuel. That's okay. The world is full of resources. We can find more silver. Anything else? Not really. Okay, let's cook this. This is okay. It's like 1,000. I saved just in case. We should be able to throw all this in. We turn off the activate switch so nothing goes through unless we are ready for it. Let's throw all that in. I think this is exactly one furnace full. I'm pretty sure it holds 1,000. This should be exactly 1,000, I believe. Unless I can't do basic math, which is pretty likely. I'm just guessing numbers here without thinking about it. What else do we need for this? I want to make like 5 or 10 of these. I want to make a few. So we can make, let's see, some steel is easy. We might need more astraloy. Let's throw some steel in. Alright, just waiting for that to melt. Watching the pressure and temperature go up. Need to let that out or it's going to start getting too much. Alright, 500. I can't do basic math. Nice. It's because I'm used to using bigger recipes. That'll be my excuse. Let's add just a little more. Let's do 2 more things of silver. 2 more things of gold. Alright, and then this requires a pretty specific pressure. That should be easy to achieve. We do the activate switch. It won't let anything out until the correct pressure is hit. Everything is melted now, so let's throw out some gas. Gonna exhaust gas. And right as we go past the 2.5 threshold, it should finish the recipe and dump it all. Cool. Break that into chunks. Consume them immediately. At least a couple of them. That's a lot more electrum than we need. Let me just check. Gotta look at the space on my hard drive. How we doing? Good. We got space. Okay. Just making sure the recording's not going to stop suddenly. Let's see what else I will throw this through. Keep the activate switch on. That'll just make a tiny bit of gold. I think we're pretty good here for smelting for now. That's something. Can feed a little bit more into this guy. We'll make power for a while. We're going to want some astroloy, maybe. What are you, astroloy? You are a little higher temperature than we can do, so we'll want to run some silver through. Copper, steel, cobalt. Okay. What's the ratio? Twice as much steel? Twice as much steel. Okay. Is that silver? Is that iron? Iron. Steel. Okay, so we got the steel. Need a little bit of copper. And a couple stacks of cobalt. No problem. Are we on mats? Do I have glass sheets? I do, so we can make these real quick. Let's go ahead and empty the suit real fast. We don't even really need to. We're doing pretty okay here. Take that back. I want to do, let's get a smart canister. I don't know if this is any better for exhaust, but theoretically it has a higher amount of pressure that it can hold. So if that's limiting it all, then this should fix it. Let's see, but I just want to swap out the waste tank for a slightly better waste tank. Do this real quick. Maybe eat and drink while we're here. Alright. Put those back on, head back out. Let's see, waste tank should be gray, I think. Where did it go? Where did I put my waste tank? Did it go into something? Oh, it's in my hands. Yes, okay. Blech. Oh! Are you okay? Where did you go? Come back. The fuck are you doing? Alright, we're good. Gray. Swap. I'm gonna send you to space. Goodbye. You're gonna be a bomb. You're gonna explode someday. Let's see. Let's throw it out. This way. Pew! Alright, are we done? Is this vacuum? Let's check over here. What does the end of our greenhouse look like? Not vacuum. I still see pollutants and volatiles. It's not a lot. We can just scrub it out, actually. Not a big deal. Alright. I think we've basically pumped a vacuum. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this on. This is the scrubber. And let's move it over this direction to where there's still a teeny bit of gases. I'm just going to let it run for a while. So that's going to pull the pollutants and the volatile into itself. And then just get that out of the atmosphere. And at that point, this whole area has been pumped down to vacuum, basically. There's no air in here. If we take a look, there is 13 pascals, pretty much entirely CO2, especially as we're slurping out that last bit of volatile and pollutant. So this is a good space for us to insert a bunch of carbon dioxide, make sure it stays cold, grow some plants. Given a little bit of time, we'll have enough oxygen in there that we can breathe, and we can just bust out the wall of our breathing room and expand the base pretty dramatically. Alright, so I need copper and cobalt. And we don't need much. At the same time, copper is cheap and we keep running out. Alright, there's some copper. Where is the purple? I feel like I'm gonna go into lava soon. Don't go into lava soon. Lava bad. I think we only needed a couple stacks here. Might have enough. Let's grab some more. That is plenty. Home is this way. Looks much better. Look at that giant base. Big castle. Let's add a couple solar panels here. So I think each solar panel generates 500 watts, which means 100 of them would generate 50 kilowatts. The heavy watt wire can handle 100 kilowatts, so 200 solar panels at full force. We've also got wind power that's generating 50, possibly, with a transformer to limit it. So just thinking, at most, we'll probably want 100 solar panels. I don't think we need that much at all, but we can keep adding all the way up to 100 before we need to like start thinking about having another line of power. Alright, let's weld these and then give them some power and automation. Alright, power go here. I feel like I should do this ahead of time. This makes sense. Just get them all ready so we can just put down a solar panel without having to like maneuver between them. They get a little bit in the way. We're like right at the ceiling of where you can fly, so it's a little obnoxious if you get bullied off the roof. Like this. Alright, they now have power, and they do not have automation. Automation next. I'm going to leave one wire missing there so that they don't shove me, turn angles and shove me off the roof here. Alright, there we go. All ready to go for a bunch more. Just missing this one last spot. And they should all turn into position. There it is. Alright, that's a couple more solar panels. I think we have a couple more created down below, and then we can create a couple more even after that. Just adding a bunch of power here. Power's been bad for like 50 plus days. Ever since we built the air conditioning system, power's been struggling, and it's been like shutting off. If it wasn't for the big batteries we have controlling our airlocks, I imagine we would have been in some uncomfortable positions a few times already. So let's correct that. That's pretty easy to do. And we don't want to add a bunch more power for the greenhouse and air conditioning and that if we can't handle it. We need to add water to the system too eventually. Could keep an eye out for vendors. What up, Couscous? That's a beautiful kitty, Couscous. He looks super cute today. He looks extra super cute. I just fed him second dinner. He's having a good cat day. Alright, we got mats. Let's see. So let's start off by just cooking the copper. You can just go straight through. Add a little heat if we need. I'll go right through. But we'll cook it ahead of time to degas it, make it easier to heat up. And what do we need for astroloy? 700 at 30 megapascals, so high pressure, little higher temp. I think we run through 1 or 2 silver. And then we should be good with that, I think. Make sure we're getting the full stacks of 50. That goes there. You go there, you go there. Okay, so that is 200, 400, 600, 800. Probably do 1,000 if we're feeling wild. Okay, so that is a full furnace for Astroloy, 1,000 material. We can get rid of the extras. Keep that guy. Alright, I'm going to save before something goes wrong. Let's get rid of all of the hot gas, or cold gas, I mean. And then we're just going to want to run through a little bit of silver. The little bit of silver is going to heat up the furnace quite a bit. Probably 1 stack is good. I'm going to do 2. So we turn this off. We add a little bit of the hot gas, because it needs volatiles. Throw this through. Temp should go way, way, way up. And then once that has exited, we can do the fancy alloy. Turn off activate switch so the stuff doesn't go straight through. Come on. Eat the thing. Thank you. Alright, so we load it all in. We have to wait for it to reach 1,000. I think we're good to do the activate switch. How's the suit? The suit's good, but it only takes a second to make it better. Alright. Now it is full on air and empty on gas. We'll probably do the last little bit of oxalite too, or whatever it's called. Oxalite is oxygen not included. Blue shit. Let's grab the blue shit and put it in our shit. This is this guy has nitrogen and oxygen. We throw it in here, it's going to immediately start melting in the higher than 0 environment. It's releasing a bunch of gas, puffs up this room, and then the oxygen, or the past 75 kilopascals, this vent turns on, filters out oxygen, goes into our storage system. This is essentially putting oxygen into our suit. That's basically what we're doing here. Temperature goes down a bit, it'll rise with time, not a problem. And that pressure will drop down to 75 soon enough. That's the last of that air we have, and I think it filled it up to like 4 or 5 megapascals for our suit, for a pretty large storage tank. So that's a lot of air for suit storage. We're good for a while there. How you doing? What do you need? You need higher pressure? 30 to 40? Okay, add pressure. That should do it. There it is. Out comes the fancy material. All that goes into 250. Seems good. Alright. We will store most of this and use a bit of it immediately for a another solar panel or two. Give me solar panels, please. Thank you. And you want some copper as well. Alright, that's good. Turn that off. We're done here for now. How are you doing, guy? Did you slurp the air until it's breathy? Kinda. Come over here. Slurp air. How's the content going up? Is it just that there's volatile and pollution down here? Is that what's happening? Alright, we'll just put it in the exact opposite corner of where we were pumping stuff. There. Chill. Do your thing. How are filters? Great. Alright. Looking good. Once this one's done, I will make a little more of the solar power. We'll throw a few of those down. Let's make a little more glass too. There it is. Alright, 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have enough mats? We have exactly the correct amount of mats. It's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So that's a good amount more solar power. We got a couple more crafting too. But that will hopefully be enough to compensate for the grow lights that we want to add here. Alright, what next? Let's see. How about the pipes for coolant and gas? Looks like we're short on pipes, so we can make some pipes. I love this album. It's such a good album. What else? Painting and stuff? What color should the walls be, do you think? Also, we should not have wires running through our everything like this. This is gross looking. These should be routed through the ground, maybe, through the walls, up to the ceiling. Any color preference? Got white floor. Color options? Oh, we got so many options. Look at this backpack. This is our pretty pink backpack full of pretty pink paints. We got pink, and we got purple, and we got orange, and we got blue, and we got shitty brown. And we got mediocre gray. I think it's called depressing gray, actually. It's called I'm Full of Sadness gray. Blue. Alright, the crowd has spoken. Blue. Let's see. Is this the main power line? We already had one running up the wall. Okay, let's just put this in the corner. That's kind of my bad making another one. We didn't need that. Whoops. Let's route power. I like blue. I think blue for most of it. Maybe like one accent wall would be good. If only for like staying oriented when you're looking around and spinning around. I think blue for one wall. What else should we do? Someone think for me. Don't make me make decisions. Just tell the lemming where to go. I love cliffs. I love the feeling of soaring off of the cliff without a care in the world. So I'm just routing the power along the ceiling. We'll route it towards the grow house. And then we'll also, I want to pull off a line here on the roof for lights. Let's finally get some actual lights in the base. We've been, for the whole game so far, basically, we've been using the portable light and just being like a walking glow stick. That works good. That's a great way to start the game. But I would much prefer to have more proper lighting. And also, like, at night, you only have a teeny little bubble of what you can see. Like, our base right now is so big that it just becomes a giant dark space. So definitely prefer to have some lights. You can color the lights too. I think we did like a purple light in our airlock. We did, or we could do black lights. And that ends up, that's a cool effect. It's like, it looks like a normal light, but the light itself isn't visible, if that makes sense. So you get the lighting in the room, but you don't have a bright white light in the ceiling. Alright. Okay, so we have power now. Power routing through the ceiling, all the way over to the grow house. If we want to do anything over here, which we're going to want to do very soon. We're just running out of cable. Got to cannibalize all this too. I don't like having giant wires. Got to make it look nice. We gotta turn this rectangle into a home. I want a live, laugh, love poster. I don't know how to make posters, but we're gonna figure it out. I might just do a sign. Caps lock, live, laugh, love. Alright. There's some cladding. We're probably gonna need more cladding. Give me some cladding. Cost 1 iron. Give me 100 cladding. Okay, put this guy away. Anything else? Cladding. Can grab the solar panels. Got 3 more to go. Let's go throw those down. Oh, I forgot I need to make cable. We're gonna need that right now. Looks good. Let's give him a little more copper. We can't afford it. That's okay. I need like 10 of these. I'm gonna take 1 sip. Four. 4 is not enough. Cladding. Let's see. I'm thinking blue, blue, purple? Do I have options here? Oh, they have angled. That's cool. And long angled. And corner angle. Oh, I didn't even know about this. That's neat. Do like rounded corners and stuff if you want. Interesting. We can make it bubbly. Should we do a bubble? A center bubble? Look at that. Oh my god. We have the technology for bubbles. That's amazing. Oh yeah. Look at that, it's blue. That's crazy, dude. I'm thinking maybe a black ceiling with white lights so it looks like stars. That might be fun. But this is very worth doing. This takes all of 2 minutes. And then your base permanently is less depressing. Big fan. Alright, did I burn enough time? I gotta fix this before it drives me insane. YouTube. Be bubbles. Bubble, bubble. Good. Bubbly. Good. Okay, that's progress. Alright, blue wall. Blue, blue, purple, purple. Thoughts, opinions? Anybody care? Is anybody an expert at colors? Who is a professional colorer? Does any of you work a crayon for a living? I could really use the help of some kindergarten children right now. I could use some guidance. I'm gonna do blue-purple. Alright, give me the bubble wall. Blue-orange. Dude, you're too late. But that is wrong. I'm sorry, Ninja. Blue-orange sounds kind of gross. Maybe black-orange. Black-orange is my college colors. But blue-orange... Fucking disgusting. Are you serious? Let's see what it looks like. I judge your color palette. Blech! Blech! I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that was too judgmental. But I just vomited pretty hard. Can we still be friends, though? Maybe you see orange different than me. Maybe you see orange as purple. That's probably what's happening here. I'm pretty sure you mixed up your purple with your orange in your eyeballs. That's gonna be my official diagnosis as not a doctor. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Hunger caution.
Bro's hungry. Whoa, look at that. It's already looking much better. We haven't even done lights yet. That is significantly less depressing. Green for the greenhouse. Green for the greenhouse makes sense. It's gotta have multiple colors, though. Not all green. It's gotta be green and then something else. Not sure exactly what. Something. I feel like green and orange might work. Maybe we could bring out Ninja's orange there. Do green and orange work? Is that like Christmas or something? Almost, maybe. Good for plant health. Plants love green. That's why they're green. If they weren't green, they would die. That's plant science. Plant math. Let's see. Okay, we were doing the solar panels, which is going to require one steel frame. Power's still not great, not going up much. And we're not really doing anything. There's very little going on right now. I would hope to see the power go up more. A little concerning, mildly concerned. I'm at like a 2 on this concern scale. We can just keep throwing power at it until it's good, but I wonder why this isn't enough. Is the concern. Where is all of my power going? Did I just like leave on a giant fan somewhere or something? There's a lot that goes into the consoles on the cooling station. It'd probably be worth turning those off. Those consoles are like 50 watts each. So we have 5 chambers with 2 on each chamber. We got 10 at 500 watts. That is like a full-time perfect solar panel, just to like show us the numbers. That might be worth turning off. I think I might do that, or just like leave the last one on. Nothing else really matters there. I forgot, I wanted to check the power draw on sensors too. What does it cost for a gas sensor? Because we have like 2 or 3 extra ones in each chamber. The power usage is 1 watt. Okay, that's okay. Not concerned about cleaning that up then. We will waste like 5 watts and the world will continue to turn. But wasting 500 watts feels a little wasty, a little wasteful. Alright, just extend the wires a bit, a little bit more than we need. Get the automation wires in there. Alright, looking good. Throw down a couple solar panels. Should have the mats for finishing those. Alright, there we go. There's a few more solar panels. Alright, so we're up to a bunch. Like I was saying earlier, we can go to 100. It's not 100. It's probably like 20, 25. Hopefully that's enough. See if the power goes up over time. Let's do what I was saying. Let's turn off a couple consoles here. We don't really need these consoles. Everything looks great. This is just for us to see like what's going on. What exactly is the temperature? What exactly is the pressure? But everything has been holding its what it's supposed to while it was at like maximum draw. So pretty much the only thing I care about is this. Let's make sure we can walk by and check to see, alright, what's our coolant look like? Coolant chamber's at negative 41. We're definitely doing okay. Alright, so that will save a lot of power. It's probably like 2 solar panels. What else? How are we feeling about this purple? I feel like the bottom part should be purple as well. That feels better. It's gonna look a little gross from the outside. Might want to do something slightly different, but I like it. Make you purple as well. Make you guys purple. The theme is purple. Can I get that center one? Come on, come on. Damn. You get to be white, but only because I can't change it. Ugh. Might have to break in there and make the paint someday. Alright, looking a little better. The dude needs food and water and shower time. I need to use the bathroom. I'm going to stand in the corner for just a moment and use the bathroom, run ads real quick, and then we will make a greenhouse. Time for greenhouse. Greenhouse hype. Greenhouse hype, 3% food, 4% water. Whoops, let's eat some food. And then eat some water. Alright, food and water are good. Suit is good. Look at that. We don't got to do anything anymore. We just put it on the thing, and it charges our battery, and fills our air, and dumps our waste tank. Totally idiot-proof. I don't got to think about it at all. You put the thing on the thing. You can't even put the thing in the wrong spot. It won't let you. I love the suit station. It's a fun mechanic. Alright, where were we? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Greenhouse time. Greenhouse time and, what do you call it? I was thinking we want to do... Just a sec. Why are we low on oxygen? What's up here? Are you good? Do I need to turn the pressure up or something? Pressure up. Pressure up. Let's do 55 kilopascals then, maybe. If you're getting mad about low pressure. Oh, what was I saying? We need to do the lights on the ceiling too. I want to see this, what this looks like with lights. That'll be good. But let's start with get the grow house going. It's time to grow. For the grow house, we need pipes, which I made. We'll run those along. We're also going to need water pipes. We need to extend our water all the way over to the grow house. We need... we need grow lights. A little bit of copper. I think I'm like totally out of copper. Alright, I need to go get a little copper. But we need some grow lights, and then we just need to use the IC chips to program it. It's going to be super simple. In fact, we already got a program we can use. We're going to need a whole bunch of the hydroponics. One for each plant. That's going to make 16, which is not enough. We want like hundreds. Give me like hundreds, dude. Give me tons and tons and tons and tons of plants, and then I will plant a sea of plants. And I will not manage them at all. They're just going to sit there and live there forever. And grow air. Convert light and carbon dioxide and water into oxygen, which we desperately need. How about water? Do we have any water vendors? Void vein vendor. Is that water? Feels like maybe water. Might want to contact this one. The nurturers, I think, have food, which we should grab too. We should get some food seeds now that we have some money, and it's about time to start growing things. I think I've collected a couple seeds. We've got potatoes. We've got some fern seeds, plenty of those. Do we have any other seeds? Okay, we got tomato and switchgrass. That's good. But let's see what this guy's got. He's got 8 minutes on the timer. This one has 3. I'm going to do the 3-minute one first. You come in first. Come on in. I need copper. Very little copper. Copper is cheap. That's enough. Put that away, turn off the glasses, check out what this dude's got going. What do you do? What do you do, dude? You sell ore and stuff. We could take more oxite. I don't know if we want more oxite. Maybe. I'm tempted to take this just because it's cheap. It's cheap free air at a time where we need air. He wants to buy water and a drill. I don't want to sell either of those. Alright, this is worth doing. 150. I'm going to buy all that. Call that good. Don't need any other ore. Send him away. We'll check out the other vendor. Nurturers comes in. Okay, power goes off. Let's see. Just gonna check this one. Where did it go? Check it in here. There you go. You make air. Have fun. It does have things. Okay. I'm tempted to just buy one of the everything, basically. Ooh, we don't have money for one of the everything. Gotta be a little careful here. We're gonna have to earn more money now. But what are we missing? What do we need for, like, fancy foods and stuff? Can we get all the seeds? No, we can get many of the seeds. I think we've got switchgrass and tomato. We don't have rice or wheat. Got potato. Got fern. Strawberry, watermelon. Get one more. I don't know what we need or what food we're going to make. Probably going to start with basically just potatoes. But we can make like french fries or starter food, I think. I'm going to grab a strawberry. What do you want to buy? Analyzer for 40. Bulk oxygen. Only 20. But for 5. Yeah, I'm just gonna send him away. I think we still want ore dudes. Ore dudes are the ones who have money for easy. Lots of money for little work. Better way to phrase that. Alright, so we'll grab some seeds. We're gonna need to raise more money if we want to buy more water or food. We've got a good supply of food there. That's nice for the oxygen generation there. Got a couple got some oxide or whatever it's called too. Let's just store some seeds. Now we can cook most of the things. I think we got almost all the seeds here, at least for like the lower level basic seeds. I think there's fancier plants that we can get with higher value seeds. The higher value vendors with the fancier trading pad and being able to use like the oxygenated space for them to land in. We don't got any of that shit, but we could someday. Someday, maybe. I think this dude's trash. I'm gonna bring him in because we can do it instantly. Alright, and then where were we? Grow lights and stuff. I needed to make some copper. That is empty and good temperature. Should be able to just throw this right through. The activate switch on. Alright, give me some grow lights. Do we have the other electronics? One IC chip and a housing. We have the housing, we don't have the IC chip. We're also going to need a transformer to pull power off of the main line. Alright, let's see, I'll let it do that. I will look for a transformer. Just a small one. Do we want to do a power supply unit here? Definitely. Okay, let's do a power supply unit. Or power area controller. So transformer, one of these guys, you specify exactly the wattage you want to pull off the line. The power control dude is one of these guys. It has a backup battery inside of it. And it will potentially move unlimited power. So we want to make sure that we don't have a large amount of power draw on the small end of it. But that's not a problem. We're not going to be putting much power into a couple of grow lights. So this should work well. And the basically, I want this one. I want a backup battery. I want to make sure that if we run out of power, if our main power system dies, that our grow lights will keep going. That's really important. Exact same as like this one is on a backup large battery, which has saved our ass already a bunch of times when the power ran out. So let's make sure this has got good power too. What else did I say you needed? We needed IC chips. What's that going to make? Almost 10? Do we have any to spare? We have a few. Go ahead and just make 10. I imagine we'll use 10 someday. Alright, I'm going to put these away. There's a whole bunch of growing hydroponics here. You can move along. I bet you have finally cleaned the air. I'm going to turn you off. Can double check that. How's the air look? Still not done? You lazy motherfucker. Get to work. What are you doing? Are you full? Not even a little? Suck harder. Alright. So I'm thinking we'll just have basically this top floor can be pretty much all ferns. I'm going to put them in the very back corner. So that they're fairly out of the way. Because we're never going to touch them. We're going to get this set up. And then they should need 0 maintenance. But let's make all of these. This is not even close to enough. It's a start. I'm worried about stream snipers. Don't wish stream snipers on me. Had enough stream snipers for a lifetime. I'm good. This is a single player server. The only person who can fuck shit up is Cat. And he's pretty well behaved lately. I've been feeding him so that he won't bite me. Okay, so planters, they're gonna need water. Let's run water right along the whole edge, basically. So I will pull these off like this. Even keep going. That's a good start. I think the devs are gonna fuck with me. I would be honored if the devs know that I exist. Devs, if you're listening to me. Devs, I like your game. You did good. Also, if you're there, God, I could use a winning the lottery. A winning the lottery would be convenient. I think that would be a good gift to most people. If you don't mind, God, could you let everyone win the lottery? Just once. We'll see if that works. Alright, so we're just extending this. I know we have a main water supply over there somewhere. Well, let's see. I want to keep this in line with the, like, the main tunnel-y section. Let's try and not have too many freeform pipes flying around. Put it in the corner like this. Run it through the walls a bit. Now it's hidden. Very pretty. We should also be using big pipes there, I think. We want to do the small pipes inside because we're going to connect it to a lot of growing spots, but big pipes will reach further along that hallway faster. Alright, give me some insulated pipes. We need insulated liquid pipe. Which is steel and silicon. We're going to need a bunch of those. Didn't I feed you steel? What did I feed you? What did you eat? Silver, probably. Maybe 94 silver in there. Anyway, that's good. That's going to make those for a while. While that is cooking, we could probably set up the grow lights real quick. That's easy to do. Alright, let's see. Can I do grow lights too high? What happens if I do them like right here? How's this going to look? And how far do they reach? Oh, I remember it was like 5. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Unless I'm misremembering. I think that might do it. We'll see. We'll have to turn it on and see what happens. Let's get those plugged in. No, they don't have weed in this game. You're thinking of Rust. We're growing like ferns. You can't even smoke them. I mean, you can, but you just die earlier. It doesn't do anything fun. Alright, where is the thick power supply? Thick power supply, go here. This is our main line with the big backup batteries and all that jazz. So we will route this over, and then we will pull off into the power supply unit and give it a nice battery. Ooh, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna run it all the way to the corner. And come down a little. This'll work. Then we'll pull it off right over here. Even like that is fine. Alright, so our power supply guy goes here. Goes that way is correct. It will pull from the large line into a smaller network. We need to open this dude up. Turn it on. Give it a battery. Okay, so now it's got a big battery backing it up. One of the atomic batteries. Which means if our main supply ever malfunctions or runs out of power or whatever, our plants will not turn off. That's the goal here. That's the dream. Let's bring power down a bit. We'll add an IC chip down there. Power go here. Okay. There we are. So that has power now. Those can turn on if we need. Now we need to program them, which should be reusing the program that we've already created for the grow lights. Basically, the only difference between plants is that they'll have different amounts of time they like for light and dark. So we can just change the constants that we have. Let's take a quick look at that code. Let's program the thing real fast. Take one more quick look. This is the easiest program in the game. We edit. We load. Let's see. Where is it? It's one of the earlier ones. Grow lights. Alright, so grow lights. Very easy program. It's got a time on in seconds, a time off in seconds. We define lights to point to the actual light objects on the ceiling. But here's our main loop. We set our lights to being on, and then we rest, just sleep for whatever the time they're supposed to be on. Set our lights to be off, rest for the time we're supposed to be off, jump to main. So it just flickers on and off for whatever thresholds we give it. So all we need to do for different plants is like find out how much light it likes and change the constant for the time on and time off. But we've already got it perfect for this one. We're not doing anything special here. So we plug that in. We need to wire it. Not quite done there yet. Okay, and easy as that. We should be able to turn it on and see the lights turn on. Alright, so they're now doing the thing. Hopefully these lights are positioned well, where we don't have to do any adjustments. We'll just need to plant some ferns. Now, before we do that, we need a couple more things here. We need, well, first we need to get the water. The water doesn't reach. We need a cooling system in this area. You can see the temperature's already up to 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. In fact, let's turn this off for just a second. It's going up fast because there's no... It's super low atmosphere, so it heats up fast. But let's not generate much heat here if we can avoid it, at least for a moment. So we need to get the air conditioner in here as well. We're going to need to route the cold air in. And then we need to fill this whole hab. What I'm thinking is it's basically going to be a one-time job. We can fill this thing up to like 50 50 kilopascals, something like that, which is the level that the plants like. Let's take a look at the ferns. What do you like, ferns? I've just made that up. Let's be 100% sure. They like... Ideal grow temperature is 20 plus. So we want to stay above 20. Right now we're flickering down to like 19.5, 19.8. So we actually might want to adjust that by like a degree. That's a good idea. Anyway, we need to hold about 20 C is what we're looking for. And then they like a... What am I looking for? We got the light time, the dark time. Those are already programmed into the IC chip we were just looking at. I'm looking for pressure. Where's the pressure? Show me pressure. Pressure, 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 pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Okay, here we go. Min ideal grow pressure is 50 kilopascals. So 50 kilopascals of air in here, cooled off to the correct temperature, and then we can see that they inhale 17.3 per hour and exhale 17.3 per hour. So we can, basically we can pump this thing full of carbon dioxide, and it will have like a 1-to-1 conversion ratio, where it'll slowly turn into oxygen. Fire alarm. I'm gonna see if our house is on fire. Let me mute. We are good. The fire alarm is silenced. Might go off again, we'll see. Sorry about that, what was I saying? Something cat? Was there a wild cat sighting? Did you see the most beautiful cat in the world? I hope that you told him he is the most beautiful cat in the world with your brain powers. You gotta telepathy him your love. He needs more love, he's beautiful. What was I doing? I was saying things. I was talking about something and I was doing something else and things were happening and now it's all gone. Grow house, air conditioning, pipes, water. Okay. It's all coming back to me. So what do we need for air conditioning? We can just tap straight into the cooling line that we have. So all we need is a bunch of pipes, and then we need a valve, a digital valve. Do we have any digital valves? Pumps. Valve. Digital valve. Steel inbar. Steel. Solder. Do we have inbar floating around? We do. There we go. Okay. Just need one of these. Get a couple. Plants growing pressure. Yes. Thank you. That's correct. Plants need growing pressure. So I'm just gonna pump this room full of carbon dioxide manually until it reaches the correct threshold. We'll let it convert that into oxygen, and then once there's enough oxygen in this room for us to be able to take off our suit and breathe, that means we can also just bust out the walls here and open up this whole space. This will all be the same room. And the systems that we have for collecting the excess oxygen and for adding carbon dioxide to the room when necessary, those are all just going to work without any extra effort. We don't have to do anything. So all we need to do is a little bit of cooling in here, fill it up once, and then we're good to turn all the plants on. That's where I was going with it. Thank you. Fire alarms, dude. Threw me off. Okay, see nothing useful there. Let's see if this guy has anything to trade. Let's move the pipes of gas and liquid. Do you have anything I want to buy? No, these, actually. I'll take one of those. Do you have anything to sell? H2O and fuel. Nope. Alright. Let's see. Where is my water pipe? Through the ceiling. I'll probably connect right here. Can I reach through the wall? I can. Good. Okay. I'll just run this through the corner, I think. Should be okay. Can we do the long ones? Does this have long? Oh, it has long. Give me the longest long you can long. Give me the long boy. That is less clicking. I like it. Alright, I'm gonna run this up the corner, I think. Ooh, it's perfect. Why do I keep falling? Can I not fall? Can I, like, turn the thrust up? No? Just gonna slowly fall forever? I mean, that's okay. It's just a little annoying. Alright, water go there.
Hunger caution.
I know, I'll feed you. Do the shorter pipe there. Even shorter pipe here. Dude, that falling is super obnoxious. Just needs to hold position. Okay. I have water routing all the way to here. Can run that along the wall. Okay, almost done. Oh, is it perfect? That's perfect. Alright, so we now have water running all the way over there. We need our coolant, which I believe is already right here. Okay. Let's break into the coolant. I'm going to throw this down. I'm going to pick this up and pick that up so that we can just get something a little smaller here. And that can go up. Alright, let's just run this along the wall. This is our super duper cold nitrogen coolant. We can use this, attach it to our digital toggle, and we've got an air conditioning system. Easy peasy. Where should the air conditioner live? I feel like it should be in the hallway, maybe. Kind of makes sense for it to be not in the greenhouse in the way. I take that back. It doesn't matter. We're good. Just perpetually moving. Super obnoxious. A little better against a building, actually. That's a lot better. Alright, so bring it up a bit. And then into the ceiling. Okay. There it is. So now we have coolant reaching all the way in. We have water reaching all the way in. We have... we got the plants with the grow lights all set up. Let's keep moving. Alright. I think I am gonna put this in the hallway. Let's just run this over this way. We're gonna put it in the air the teeniest bit. Right here. Okay. Let's give it some power. We can use a transformer for this. Transformers, okay. We could use another one of those power supply guys. But we don't really need a backup here. If our air conditioning turns off, I don't particularly care. I'm more concerned about, like, the plants. It's going to heat up really slow, relatively speaking. So I wanted a transformer. Make me a couple of those. Need iron, 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 iron. Do I need to craft iron? I can craft iron. Let's craft an iron or two. I dumped all the iron into the planters, I remember. And with that in mind, we're going to want a bunch of iron. We can make more planters. That's not enough plants. We want like 100 plants. We want an absurd amount of plants. Pump out the cold air. Add some hot air. I'm used to small plant room. We have big plant room, big grow operation. Look at the ceiling. Look at how high that ceiling is. Wow. Significantly less claustrophobic. Only big things from here out. We're getting into the later game where we're strong. Everything gets to be huge.
Air tank low.
Alright, running out of air. That's not good. Let's go fix that real quick. Alright, you make hydro. You make 5 transformers. Air is at 90%. How's our room? 18. That will do the suit. Eat and drink. And I want to reprogram the cooling system in here real quick. That should only take a second. But it's getting a little too cold. We don't want it to be dipping below 20. We want it to be at like 21 is ideal. Alright, there's food, there's water. Can I grab the chip? Kind of works. Come on. Let me grab it. Let me touch it. I want to touch it. Let me touch it. No? We need to put a wall on the outside. Alright, dance for a second. Do some dance moves. I snooze ads for minimum ads. We keep dancing. Just getting rid of the shower debuff. I'm bored. Too bored.
Oxygen critical.
Alright. Let's add those walls. So we've got all these walls are just facing in. You can see that's all that's going on there. We want them facing out. So we will do the other side. And then give those a little bit of plastic. And now we're safe to remove those walls on the interior without causing any trouble. I will save just in case. Busting out walls is a classic way to destroy your everything on this map. Looks good. Nice, okay. Those have been cannibalized. I can program. We will throw down our thing. I import, edit. Let's see, is this all correct? Yeah, this is all correct. So our temp right now we're shooting for is 20C. We're good. I was just confused myself for a second. So let's change this. This will be 21C now. That's all I'm looking to do. Let's confirm that. Let's even overwrite the AC code so that it uses 21 instead of 20. Since that's what the plant's like, throw that back in. Everything continues to work, and now we will no longer drop below 20 or we'll drop below 21. We'll probably be like 20.5 at the colder end when the coolant is allowed into the room. All right, so that should help make sure the plants are always happy. That's a good change.
Oxygen
And we can
critical.
keep throwing the oxalite in here too. Let's just throw a little bit at a time. Okay, so that'll just keep adding air to the system. Alright, I need one of these. You live here. Going that way. Okay, we can give it a programming chip. This is going to be the exact same IC code that we were just looking at. Like line for line, same thing. So we will export. Put that there. Did I remember to export that one? I hope so. Maybe. Okay, so this has got a chip now. It still needs to be plugged in and programmed. We need a sensor in this room for our temperature. Figure out what our temp is. Try and hide it in the wall a tiny bit. I'm gonna do it right here. I'm trying to think of how to do this without making it gross. It's gonna be a little gross. I'm just gonna put it right there. Do a gas sensor. Alright, this needs to be plugged in. We'll give it the big power source. Main line connects here. Turn it on. Give it as much power as it needs. Should be very little. This is just running an IC chip and then turning on a valve, which doesn't cost like any power. Alright, you get plugged in. Good. You get plugged in. Good. Valve, go here. Digital valve. Just like that's good. You get plugged in too. Good, good, good. Alright, so now we have a, we've got our programming, we've got our gas sensor, we've got our valve. This is connected to coolant. It's currently connected with a perfectly insulated area. So that is not going to do any heat exchange when we turn it on. Not quite right yet, but we're getting closer. How are we doing here? That is full. I'll just put that in there. It's okay. So we need to do just regular pipes and radiators here. Let's see. I'm going to run it this way. And this is going to be like, this is like the cooling for everything, basically, for this whole big area. So we're doing a regular pipe. The regular pipe will have heat exchange with the environment. And then let's do the radiators as well to increase the heat exchange to do even more. Got 10 radiators on me. That's perfect. Let's throw these down, paint them real quick. Okay. Get these guys plugged in. They can face the ceiling, doesn't matter. Alright, 2 more. I'm going to do all of them. Okay. So, when the temp gets too high from this gas sensor, we will turn on this digital valve to just allow free flow of air. This super coolant here, which is at negative 34 Celsius, will flow into this section, and the radiators will exchange heat. So it'll immediately cool way, way, way off. And then when that is down below whatever threshold we're looking for, it turns off. The gas in here will continue cooling a teeny bit, but it'll reach the room temperature really quickly. And ta-da, air conditioning. That's all we're using. It takes like no power or pumping. We just access our existing coolant system and basically say, all right, toggling the sharing, toggling the radiating of that with the rest of the system or the rest of the rooms. We're out of jetpack stuff. Let's refill our everything. Maybe eat and drink real quick. Can you not breathe in here? Oh, fuck, that's not good. Who let you not breathe in here? We put too much of the... What do you fuck it in here? The oxalate. Now our nitrogen's too high. Nitrogen's at 75%. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna save. Because this is gonna be bad. Let's just open the wall for a second. That's gonna come just blasting out the door into that hab area. We'll shut it. We'll bring the pressure up. Oops, wrong button. We'll bring the pressure up. Let's go to 50 kilopascals. At least. Okay. Now if we take a look, the nitrogen is 40%. The CO2 is 50%. The oxygen is 10%. That's bad, but given just a little bit of time, these guys are cruising through. They're breathing way faster than I breathe. So probably 10-20 minutes, and this room will be safe to breathe in again. Okay, that's a quick fix there. Let's get back out there. I need to get that air conditioning on, especially now that we have significantly more gas in this room. Let's make sure it stays chilly. Alright, so you get turned on and then break immediately. And I turn it off. That gives us the labels for our sensors. We have a gas sensor for the temp sensor. We have our cooling valve for the cooling valve. That's the digital valve there. That's it. When we turn this on, we should see this flicker. We should see cold air go into here. We should go down to 21°C. Let's take a look. Turn that on. I see air in the pipes exchanging heat. Our temp is dropping. 44. How are we doing? 43. It's going down slow. There's just like no environment here. We need to dump a bunch of carbon dioxide in this room. We're cooling off nothing. But the temp is going down. It's going to drop to 21. Alright, where's my carbon dioxide? There. I think we can just add another vent. Okay, easy. Just do this through the wall. We have an active vent right here, facing this way. We could automate this to automatically hit the target pressure, but this is a one-time job. I'm just gonna plug it in, just turn it on, and keep an eye on it for a second. Saw we already had a power line here, correct? Yep, you can see it through the wall. Let's go ahead and plug this guy in. There, so it has power now. Doesn't have gas. Gas is the carbon dioxide. Let's paint it the correct color. Gas goes here. Connects straight into the carbon dioxide line. Okay. Then we can turn off the T-Rex goggles. Alright, I saved before something goes wrong. This should be very straightforward, though. We should be able to just turn this on. Should start immediately. Puffing air into our environment. We see the external pressure going up. And we're looking for 50 kilopascals. This is a lot. We might not even have enough carbon dioxide in our setup to make this happen. We'll see. The T-Rex vision is really fun. And it is super useful for seeing what's going on behind walls, especially when you have cladding. I love this feature. This is a super cool feature. What a fucking mess. Look at that. That all makes sense somehow. Cool. That's gonna take a minute. I'm just gonna save. Just gonna let that run. Let's keep adding plants. Alright, so we got air conditioning. We've got carbon dioxide. We have got lighting for our plants. We need more pressure. Go. What else? Lights on the ceiling, maybe? So gonna be boring old plain old lights. Give me some lights. It's gonna need stuff. Let's give it some stuff. Is that steel? Give me iron. Thank you. Alright, make a bunch of lights. Do we have any lights? I have 1 lights. That's not enough lights. Okay, lights can have a normal boring transformer. I do not care to keep them on if the power gets low. Turning off the lights is one of the first things we can do with 0 consequence. So we'll just use one of these guys. Turn on the T-Rex vision. We already got the main power line running along the ceiling here. That's good. So we can just grab this and immediately use it. Let's do a line for lights. Turn that on, max out the power. Plug it in. Okay, turn that off. Now we have power into a circuit for our lights. Just gotta decide where we want them. We gotta keep an eye on the pressure. We gotta keep an eye to see... First off, we need to hit 50. That's the target. And second, we need to watch this thing. It's already down to 34 megapascals. We were shooting for 39, so we've already dumped like 5 or 6 megapascals into this room. Alright, so what? 5 megapascals did 10 kilopascals in here. So if we need 5 times that, it's going to be like 25 megapascals. Okay. I think we've got more than enough. We're good. How you doing? Just making infinite lights. Alright, so I think I said I wanted to do... like, usually I do the long ones. Big long lights. But I was thinking I don't want to do long. I think I want to do the little circular ones. I'm pretty sure there's a little circle light. Yeah. I was thinking little white lights. And then it would kind of look like stars. That could be kind of fun. Might do a bunch of little starlights. So I gotta decide where I want to put starlights. Do I want to just do like a perfect grid? Do I want to make them look chaotic? Can I do a UFO? I want to do UFOs. Where do I put the UFO? So yeah, I want to do the white lights with the black top. I think that might look neat. That's our pressure, 16. Plug all these dudes in. Should be able to turn them on. Oh, look at that. We have a ceiling. Wow. That's what I call content. This makes me feel things. This makes me feel well lit. Just doing kind of weird patterns. I don't know what I'm doing. In a straight line at the beginning and the end, and then some weird sparkle patterns in between. Something like that, maybe. Maybe. Alright, let's wire that in. Decide how I feel about it. How's the pressure? 21. High enough that the plants can actually start living. But still looking for 50. Reform. Nah, it's got patterns. But yeah, I'm just feeling it. I'm just feeling myself. I'm just wiling out with lights. I'm just dancing. I want to add that black cladding and see what it looks like. We do a little bit of it, maybe. Where is black cladding? Also, how does it look if I turn off my light? Dim. Fuck. Okay, well, we can get some pretty stars up in the ceiling, but they're not gonna do shit for the ground. That is completely unhelpful. Are you serious? The light has like a 10-foot bubble? Look at it, it just stops. Light goes about 20 feet, then it gets tired. I'm pretty sure that's how physics works. Small physics fact, if we were 500 feet further away from the sun, the light would just get tired and it wouldn't reach us, and we'd live on a giant ball of ice. Fun physics fact. I just made that physics fact up, actually. That's part of the fun. Well, fuck me. I guess I'm gonna keep them. But I'm not very excited about it. This doesn't solve the lighting problem at all. The ceiling's too tall. It's a good lesson for future me. But today me is pretty hosed. Alright, these are my decisions. My mansion is too big. The lights don't even reach the floor. I like mansions where you can see. How are we? 26 kilopascals, going up. Still low. Temp is still chilling at 20, 21-ish, so that's good. That's good to see. Ooh, it's the perfect amount. Alright, there's some of that. I'll turn this light back on because I'm blind. You get to be black. How's this look? Alright, that's kind of cool. So we'll do black for all of that. Any more cables? Cable. I'm sure that's not enough. Make those disappear fast. Give me more. Do we need more lights? Not really. Let's put these away for now. Doesn't have to be... We don't have to completely finish styling it. We're making progress. It looks much better than it did an hour ago. It's got colors now, and it's got a bubbly wall in the center. Look at that bubble. Whoa, dude. I didn't even know you could do bubbles before today. Alright. Ooh, woo. Alright. Looking good. Still waiting for this environment to fill. We're at 30 kilopascals, 20 to go. We need a little bit of iron. Would make the ceiling. Want to finish off that ceiling. I'm gonna save. He desperately needs shower time. Can we do shower time, or can you not breathe? Let's find out. For science.
Oxygen critical.
Immediately not breathing in a bad way. Okay, so we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that he's not feeling very good right now. Gotta wait a few minutes for this to fill up with air. We could just, like, dump one of these, too. I think, I don't want to do that. If we do that, that's gonna put bad air in this tank. I don't want that at all. Okay. Dance. Back out. Good dance moves. Pressure is 32. Grab some iron. Turn on the nerd goggles. With the X-ray vision for ore. I'm just gonna grab some iron. I want to take a look at deep mining too. I've said this a few times, but we might have like an infinite iron supply right on top of the base. Might have a bunch of resources nearby. A couple deep miners could be super useful. What's up, kitty? Kitty's taking a nap on the floor. He's bored. I feel bad. I love him so much. I give him lots of love and attention, and then I get distracted for like 10 hours straight. I can't really take a break. I will give him more love later. Alright. That is a bag entirely filled with iron, which we can disappear fast. Make a little bit of cladding, make some more planters. Alright, let's craft iron. That is empty. Temperature's too low. Let's throw it all in. Get rid of some cold gas. Add some hot gas. Temp go up. Some iron can come out immediately. Break that into chunks. Alright. Give me 100 claddings. That's a good start. I'll probably disappear that into the ceiling right away. Alright, how you doing? That was good? You're empty? Nice, that's everything. Okay. And we don't even have to split it. Perfect, turn that off. What else? 40 kilopascals. How is our CO2 supply? CO2 is down to 18 megapascals, so less than half. Temp is up to 21 as we're adding more hot CO2, and that's cooling off against our cooling system. All good. All working as intended. Excuse me, what the fuck? How did this happen? Is it because I turned this off somehow? That's weird. That shouldn't happen. I don't know how that happened. The activate switch doesn't let anything through. We have a force open switch, which would allow things through. But this thing doesn't open unless it says ingot. So I don't know how. Not sure. Maybe something to do with turning it off. Messed it up. Anyway, easy fix. Put that back in, get rid of the cold gas, add some hot gas. Iron gets printed. Break it into chunks. Turn it off. More planters, maybe? Do we need planters? It's a lot of planters. Give me more planters. You get to be black. Let's try 5 stacks and see what happens.
Jetpack low.
Using lots of jetpack here. Living in the ceiling.
Jetpack critical.
Fucking draw me to the ground then. Thank you. How's our breathy air? Our breathy air is 22% CO2. It's going up pretty quick. What happens when I try breathing?
Oxygen critical.
You start dying immediately. That's perfect. Alright, fill jetpack. Put this guy back on. Return jetpack. "45 kilopascals, almost done." Alright. That's kind of fun. This feels a little better. A little more homey. Do black for the windows. Are you able to automate mining? Yes. Yes, you are. So, one thing is you're able to automate the handling of ores. That's the system we want to build pretty soon because it's extremely useful. But we can get it to the point where we just like drop off our mining belt and then it all gets emptied and sorted and smelted and then dumped into vending machines, and excess gets dumped into the lava and destroyed. So you can like fully automate the handling of all resources. And then on top of that you can get ore generation. There are deep mining rigs which will just like drill down and generate resources. It's based on your location. You'll get like, I haven't played with it yet, but I think you pretty much get like 100% of a certain resource. So an area will do like gold or iron or whatever, and that's to motivate you to travel a bit and have different outposts. But we can do that, and then that'll bring up raw ore, which you can plug into the sorting and crafting system, and that'll generate stuff. Additionally, there is sorting and smelting, not crafting. Additionally, there are spaceships which can go out and farm stuff from like different planets or different areas. I think they can bring down like assorted mixes, but I haven't played with that mechanic either. I know they've changed it a bit in the past. Alright, so we've hit 51 kilopascals. 50 is the minimum, and if we move this way we can see it goes way down. Hello, kitty. Oh, you're so cute. You want to chill on the desk? Please do. I love you so much. So, endgame, if you get the system set up right, it kind of becomes more or less a sandbox where you can just walk up to a vending machine and dispense whatever resources you want, and then craft whatever you want to craft. You can also even automate furnaces to do more than just making basic ores, but making all the advanced ores for you. Particularly for doing like steel. Feels like the most obvious example there. You do tons of steel, it's an easy recipe. You don't need any fuel or anything to do it. So being able to automate that away too is fun. And one end goal that I might try and tackle is creating a vending machine that can do all of the specialized ores. And so you'd like feed it whatever you need to craft into the stack of its memory, saying like, ask for these resources, cook to this temperature and this pressure. And then you let it do its thing. And then you can drive that logic with other like vending machines. If the vending machine is low, it shoots some stuff into the stack memory and crafts the resources you need, which then enter your system and get sorted. That would be fun to do. But you can pretty much fully sandbox everything if you do it right. I'm not sure how far they intend to take the game. This is still technically early access. And I know they originally wanted to be like space engineers, and they kind of moved away from that. They might move that direction as well. Maybe you make an actual spaceship. Maybe you have a small hab that you have to move around, kind of like Oxygen Not Included, and go to different places for different resources or different technologies. That feels like a pretty good, obvious idea. I think I've seen it brought up on Reddit. They might do something like that in the future. That would be a lot of fun too. We'll see. But that is pretty speculative. Alright, how's everything going? We're up to 57 kilopascals in this room. It's slowly moving into the other room. Down to 8. It's going down fast here. That's okay. How are we doing over here? Still about 10 kilopascals short. Alright, we are good to plant some plants. I want to add a little bit more carbon dioxide still. So we can let that keep running. But let's run in here real quick. Let's replant all these plants. We're a farmer. Big farming energy. I am the plant collector. Look at all those seeds. Look at all those delicious, delicious seeds. Yeah, the progression in this game is really fun. Starting from the beginning is brutal. It's really rough. You don't have anything. The first, especially doing like the hard stationeers mode and trying to never let yourself die, it takes a long time. That is really hard. You'll do like 5 or 10 wipes before you can figure out like what do I need to do to get through the early phases without just dying right away. And you start with very little. I love it. It's fun. It's a fun game. This has been a fun save. I've been having a good time. I think we're definitely getting through the difficult bits of it. Now we get to start getting fat and happy and not have to worry about anything for the most part. It's just like, what do you want to do? What sounds fun? And there's quite a few things that sound fun. I'm excited to play with some new systems. Alright, I collect all the ferns. We collect some seeds. Temp's down to 19 still. I don't think I programmed that chip. I'm pretty sure I didn't click the program button. Anyway, I'm gonna grab some of these seeds. We want to keep at least like 10 or 20. Like just in case seeds, you know? Just in case. I'm gonna put just 10, it's probably fine. Let's basically plant everything else. How are we doing? Full inventory? Let's throw some stuff in here for now. You are potatoes. Potatoes go there. Alright, here we go. How's our pressure? Are we up to 50 in here? We're up to 50, just barely above 50, but this room's already at 60. And it's pushing out that way. So I'm gonna turn, oops, wrong way. I'm gonna turn this off. Fuck. Did that just load? Oh no, I might want to reload a save real quick. Let me check this. Did I just put bad gas in here? Yep. That hurts. Gonna lose a minute. I put nitrogen and oxygen and pollutant and all sorts of the wrong gas inside of our carbon dioxide there with that misclick. That's my bad. It auto-saves all the time, so I doubt we lost much, but I might have to grab those plants again. Where are we? Do I have any plants? Sadness. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I'm gonna run ads. I gotta run ads. You're gonna miss me clicking on plants. What a misclick. What a noob. I'm sorry I'm new. That's always my excuse. Still learning. Always learning. Lots of learning to do. Never stop learning. If you learn for long enough and you smoke enough weed, eventually you'll forget what you learned, and then you get to learn it again. It's like a never-ending cycle. There is the plants. 10 go... Potato go here. 10 go here. Backup plants. I think we can basically plant all of these right now. I save. I save again. Save one more time. Got it. We fucking did it, boys. I clicked a button. But it wasn't the wrong button this time. Progress. Alright, let's plant all of these, basically. We'll turn on the lights. They're on. It's just that they're not. Let's try this again. I'm gonna pull this out, put it back in. That'll restart it. And then they turn on. Okay, so they're on. Plant some plants. And hopefully the lighting is okay here. We'll see. A row of these might die if we've got the lighting wrong. That's okay. Should be fine. You guys good? Thriving towards fruiting in darkness. Darkness. This isn't what darkness looks like, dude. I don't think you understand the meaning of the word darkness. Darkness is when it does not look like this, you fuck. This is fine. We just need to lower the lights. Not a huge fan, but we can do that. Apparently 2 tiles doesn't work. That's my sad face. It's also my pooped my pants face. It's a multi-purpose face. Gross. We're gonna have some freeform lights. Alright, I want to put them in the center-ish. 1, 2 right here. Let's do it this way, should be okay. And then what do I want? Like 2 right there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm very likely just making up the wrong number there. I can't remember exactly how far you have to space them apart. We'll need to figure that out. That's not a hard problem to solve. Not a huge deal. Alright, let's plug these back in. Okay, and let's restart the chip. That should turn these on. Are we in darkness still? Thriving, 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 thriving. So it reaches all the way to the edge. It's reaching left and right. I think it doesn't reach to here. Are you in darkness? You're in darkness. Okay, so you're gonna die. R.I.P. How about does it reach all the way along? Is 5 enough? None of these in darkness? That's all good. Can we reach the end? Darkness. Okay, so this one doesn't reach, which means 1, 2, 3 spaces. 5 is wrong. We want to do 6, which means I want to move this one spot over. And then everything should be hit, including the far end. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's adjust that. And then remove the ceilings. Where is my tools? Where does my tools go? Always where I put them, but not where I want. Okay. There's that. Turn that one on too. Let's check. Do all you guys have lighting now? You're in darkness in the middle. Okay, so 5 was the number? Or I think what it is it reaches like 3 to the right, 2 to the left, which adds up to 5. I think that's what it is. Okay. Got it. 5 was correct. Let's put that back. Put that back. Turn that on. This row should go... Ooh, that actually recovered the fern. That's kind of nice. You guys are darkness, right? You're not gonna work? You're mad? That's okay. So we'll do more lights over here. We'll basically fill in like this whole room, I think, with ferns. That's our water production. That's our oxygen production. That's our fuel production. And it will require no maintenance. Alright, looking good. External pressure up to 51 kilopascals. So it's just past the threshold that we need. And we can see, look at that, we have oxygen. Look at that, oxygen is cruising. It's zooming. Look at all those moles. Oh, delicious, delicious breathing moles. I love breathing moles. Wow. Wow. So the pressure should never change. Temperature is always going to be good. 20.8 right now. Should never break 21. Just shove it right back down below 21. And then given some time, this will just turn all that carbon dioxide into oxygen. And then we can bust out the wall. And that will add more oxygen or more carbon dioxide to the room when necessary. Keep it at 5%. And it will pump out extra oxygen once we hit 75%. And we'll have 2 cooling systems. We can probably even remove the one that we have in the little habitat area and just rely on this one up here. That'll cool off the whole base. We can extend it to be a little bigger if it doesn't. That's nice. Okay, so this seems good. We got that going. Okay. What else? I'm thinking it might be worth extending this a bit. Just start getting ready to grow more. Just mass produce ferns. Basically build a whole floor of ferns. And then once these have grown to the point of harvest, multiply them. Just grow, 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 grow. Get some heavy oxygen production going. Wow, look at all those stars in the sky in my beautiful space. I wish their light reached the floor, but I still like them. That's still nice to have. Okay. So we're gonna need a ton of iron. Gonna need a ton of iron. Gonna need to extend the lighting just a little bit. A few more grow lights. It's not a problem. I just wanted to check, how's our power look? First off, what's the power light or power draw on these little lights we threw in the ceiling? I think they're all gonna be the same. 50 watts each. Ooh. Ooh, that kind of sucks. 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50 50, but they're so pretty though. How's our power? Power still is not full, generally going up slowly. What to do? Could do a couple more solar panels. Well, I think we're fine where we are, but power's not amazing. And once it gets to the winter season, this is going to be pretty mediocre. I was thinking a couple more solar panels might be good. So I think we want to max out at like 50 kilowatts on this line, which they're going to hit during a storm. But generally speaking, they're not. They're not going to produce that much at all. So we might want to extend this guy, add more windmills. And then every, like, I want to say 8. I think this is the perfect number to not blow up a wire. We could add a 50 kilowatt transformer in between them. So we just have transformers running down the line. But that way, it never allows too much power to pass through. That'd give us more generation during non-storm time. And maybe during the night. So that might be good, particularly for the winter. Ooh, another thing we should probably do is setting up the, what is it, the turbine or whatever? I forget what it is. One of these items we can use is useful for just like taking the high pressure hot air and releasing it during the night to generate power, just based on like the differential between that hot air and the cold in the night. What's up, kitty? Oh, I think it's kitty time. Let me give kitty some love. Let me see if I can take off my suit. You're so cute. Do you need a cuddle? I want to cuddle the fuck out of you. I love you so much. Oh my god, he's so good. How's the temp in here? 19. Okay, I programmed this wrong. Let's give this thing... Let's reprogram this guy. Where is my... Ooh, I found some seeds. Where is my programming boy? Alright, I don't care. We'll do that in a minute. Kitty time. Can I breathe? Oh, we can breathe. It's a miracle. Alright, we breathe. And we give kitty love. Come. Come. Come sit. Cat time. Love this cat. Love this cat. He's a wonderful cat. The great Widgety kitty. The most beautiful void kitty who's ever lived. He looks exactly like all the other void kitties. But he's mine and I love him and he's special and he's so smart. He looks a little different. I can recognize him. I know that kitty face. He's good. He smells like dirt today. He smells like healthy dirt. That's how you know he's doing good. What a gorgeous cat. Oh my god. I love him too much. I'm gonna flip him. Oh, he's flipping! Oh my god. Isn't this the cutest thing you've ever seen? Have you ever seen a cat become such a comfy puddle? Look at him. It's like he has no control over his muscles. It's like he's totally limp. He's too cuddly. Full cuddles. I think it might have to be break time. I might have to call it here. I want to give Cat attention. I want to give him love and I want to play with him. He's been neglected for like 8 hours. I think that might be the end. I think this is the end. It's just cat time and then I'm gonna go. This is good progress. We had a couple solar panels. We added a whole bunch of color. We got our greenhouse started. Now we just need to fill it in a little bit more. I think we spend a little bit of time adding more planters so that the oxygen really gets going. And then that's probably going to take, I don't know, 5 or 10 hours to convert all of the carbon dioxide into oxygen. We'll see. It's going to take a minute. But we'll do that. And then once that is done, we can blow out the walls. our teeny little living space we started with becomes a gigantic castle where we can just take our suit off the minute we get home and just start flying around and have fun. Never have any issues with taking our suit off, and not have any more issues with like shower time and unhappy dude, because he is always going to be out of the suit. Anytime we're home, we'll be out of the suit. No need to wear it around the house or anything. Oh my god, look how cute this cat is. Holy shit. Look at you. You're so good. I love you so much. Yes. Oh, bite me. I don't even care. I still love you. It would be my honor to be your next meal. You can eat me whenever you need. You can just... I don't even care. Just murder me and eat me if it makes you happy to have a snack. What was I saying? Something. It's about time to bust out these walls and have a gigantic castle. That's what I'm saying. We're getting to a good spot. The other thing is, once that fuel generation is going, or sorry, once that oxygen generation is going, we can do fuel mixing. We're super close to fuel mixing. So that'll be fun. That's a big, valuable resource, and we can start making water out of that and have the full cycle of turning water into oxygen, combining that with volatiles to make fuel, turning that into water again, cooling that off. And that is very, very much positive. What is it? It's like 2 volatiles and 1 oxygen to make fuel and to turn that into water. So we're like pulling in most of the water, like 60% of the water is just volatiles from the atmosphere that we're pulling in. So that's like free water. That plus the carbon dioxide to feed the plants, that's also free from the environment. So basically it takes some processing, but this atmosphere is perfect for generating fuel and generating water, and we can just like puff up the greenhouse. All right, I need to program this guy, and then it's time. I'm gonna take a break. I'm hungry too. I need a food break. It's food time, cat time. Gotta give that kitty some love. He's the goodest boy, and he's bored. He's frequently bored. Is this the right code? 21C, looks good. Export. Bloop. Okay, that's done. And let's just add the couple more seeds we have. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright, there's a bunch more plants. Look at all those plants. We'll literally just cover this whole floor. We'll have a giant rectangle. And that will be the generation for our air and water. Nice. We have converted 0.5% of the air into oxygen. But this is definitely going relatively fast, much faster than before. And then the only other thing to keep an eye on is the water level. We have 300 liters in the pipe. I want to check. Let's check our water tank. 300 liters in the pipe. $100 liters in here. So we have about 400 liters of water, which is not a ton. The plants are going to start eating a lot more water. Our water consumption is about to go way up. So we want to keep an eye out for traders. We want to purchase, or we need to sell some ore so that we can purchase water. And then that water is going to jumpstart the cycle until we have a sustainable water source for ourselves. So seems good. I eat, I drink, I call it. It's time for a break. I'm gonna go hang out with Kat. I'm gonna cook myself some dinner. I'm gonna have myself a nice evening. This was some fun gaming. Good Battlefield and good Stationeers. Love this game. All this is up on YouTube if you want to watch more. It's not quite up to this point. I'm an episode or 2 behind, but it's all gonna get there. You can watch the beginning phases if you want to watch me struggle and barely not die. And sometimes die a little, but save scum it so that I don't die. It's been a fun save. I'm having a good time. Hope you enjoyed, Internet. I am out of here.